Good morning, everybody. It's great to be here with you again, sharing some of the updates that we have for 2020 and 2021. I'm Jassy from Tropic, owner and founder of this small boutique tour operator. Today I have Diego here with us. Diego is our commercial manager, helping me out to promote and keep you all connected to the news and the updates from the destination that we have. So we're going to be sharing our screen and a few of the new products that we have in place for you guys. Just a little second. Diego, can you confirm we are already sharing? Okay, cool. So welcome to Ecuador. As you know, and we always say, Tropic has humble beginnings. 25 years ago in 1994, when we began our work with remote indigenous communities in the Amazon rainforest. It's been a long way to become what we still are nowadays, a small family with two offices, one in Quito, where Diego and I are at now, and one small operations office in the Galapagos that, as you all know, is a very important destination for Ecuador. It is with that operations office that we are able to have our land-based programs, our island hopping operations, as well as the management of the new products that we will be introducing today, the Tropic Villas. So continue with what we've been doing for the last 25 years is obviously our commitment towards sustainability. As you all know, we've been working since the 90s with indigenous groups in the Amazon rainforest. Nowadays, we have expanded this network of communities that we work with throughout the country. We've been awarded by National Geographic with the World Legacy Awards for engaging communities. We are also one of the best adventure travel companies on earth by National Geographic. And the award that I'm most, or maybe the certification that I'm most proud of, is the Rainforest Alliance certification. Tropic nowadays is probably the only tour operator and DMC in Ecuador certified, which is something that we are very proud of. One example of our sustainability program is the Galapagos Mountain and Amazon Guardians program. This is a program dedicated to our guides and drivers, probably the most important elements of any of your clients' journey in our country. And obviously having this program enabled for us not only to keep this community close to us, to help them understand who your clients are and how best to represent your brand on the ground, but also enables for us to reach out to what we believe is probably the weakest link on our value chain. You know, guides and drivers within these pandemic times have been heavily affected, and we remain as close as possible we can possibly can be to them by keeping them in the loop of the updates in the market, how we see the evolution of the reopening and resuming of operations. So it's been really interesting to be close to them, and I think we have a stronger network than ever of these amazing representatives and ambassadors of Ecuador on the ground. A quick update on what's happening in Ecuador today, early October. You know, as you know, Tropic was probably the first tour operator in Ecuador to launch its protocols for post-COVID operations. We got the safe travel stamps from the World Tourism Travel Council very early, as well as the guidelines for health and safety operations from the ATTA, the Adventure Travel and Trade Association. So we've been, you know, trying to learn a lot from our neighboring countries, as well as these international organizations, on how best to provide safe travels to our clients. I'm very excited to say as well that today, October the 7th, we have our first groups in Ecuador mainland. Some are traveling to the Galapagos already. Some others are arriving today and tomorrow. So, you know, things are happening in Ecuador. Luckily, after so many months of lockdown, as you know, Ecuador is being open for the last couple of months, and now we have the first international travelers arriving safely into our destination. Maybe a quick update on the details of how is the protocol to enter the country. You know, no quarantine is required. So basically, you have to bring a negative RT-PCR test. And depending on the time frame of this PCR test, you're allowed to travel freely in Ecuador mainland or the Galapagos Islands. It's pretty much like within the 10 days of this negative test, you're allowed to travel in Ecuador mainland. And if the test, once you arrive, has 96 hours of being received, you are allowed to travel freely into the Galapagos, which we call the safe passage to the Galapagos Islands. But also, you know, there are plenty of options to take the test locally. Thinking about clients arriving with a negative test and then traveling around Ecuador mainland. Within these travels, we can also take the test for them to be able to go to the Galapagos Islands. And we encourage for you to do that because Ecuador mainland has a lot to offer, as you know, and we'll be sharing nowadays. One big deal about this new way of doing tourism and operating is the launch of our Tropic Assistant program. As you guys know, the usual and well-known concierge services, on-tour management, as well as 24/7 assistance is always there and available for all of your clients, and the constant support and monitoring of your client's journey. But added to that, we just implemented a new part of this assistance, which is a first aid insurance. All of our programs have the entry level of these insurers that allow for us to reach out to doctors to go into our clients' hotels or villas to make sure that things are okay, or give a quick assessment or diagnostic of any medical condition that any clients might have. And that, I believe, is an incredible added value for you and your clients when coming to Ecuador. We believe that health and safety will be a concern for all of your clients, and for us, it's important to continue adding services to provide that peace of mind that you all need in order to book a trip with us into Ecuador. So going back to how we do things, as you know, Tropic is very focused on tailor-made and experiential travel. We have all sorts of experiences depending on the client interests. Our already well-known may introduce you to a program that is all about connecting with local artisans, providing authentic stories in rural areas of Ecuador. These are the people who are probably needing our support the most right now, and within this economical crisis that is reaching the world right after this COVID pandemic. So we have to make sure that the positive impact that we want to bring into the destinations where we operate are always a priority. So and the idea is to have fun. So we still have these cooking classes with Carmita in the Suleta community. We have painting workshops with Julio close to Quilotoa, and obviously Miguel Andrango and its weaving workshops in Otavalo area. So we have expanded this network of artisans throughout the country to add value and flavor to your client's journey. And talking about flavor, of course, cities like Quito and Guayaquil now offer a lot of urban adventures. And as you know, we've been expanding a lot of these experiences into, high-end restaurants like the ones that we developed with my brother Alvaro. And you probably by now know who came back from Brazil and working with the Roca brothers and the Celer de Can Roca, all well-known restaurants around the world. Well, now Terra is hopefully gonna become one of the best restaurants in Ecuador. So we are creating a lot of tasting menu and experiences around Ecuadorian flavors and these incredible dishes prepared by this amazing chef. But within that sort of experience, we have created obviously a range of chocolate tastings. I never leave my home with one of our incredible chocolates like República del Cacao, with whom we've been doing chocolate tastings in the Old Town for many years now. We have created other type of more high-end and exclusive experience like with Toac at the Guayasamin's house. Guayasamin was a famous painter in Ecuador. So now we have this joint venture of art and chocolate, which is an incredible mix, and especially when it's paired with rum or whiskey. So, beer tastings, artisanal beers popping up everywhere here in Ecuador, in cities like Quito, Guayaquil, or Cuenca. And obviously more exclusive experiences and maybe more artistic experience, like curated visits to museums like Casa del Lavado, or private art gallery experiences like with Sara Palacios and a few others. And Also cooking classes in different areas of Quito, especially heli rides around the Volcanoes Avenue for clients who don't have the time to explore them on their own. So going back to post-COVID operations, we believe that adventure travel will be the first to return, and that remains trendy. We keep hearing from all of you that there is an interest to travel into remoter areas, explore more open spaces, and obviously we have adapted our offer thinking about that. Obviously thinking about families, we believe that people will be continue traveling with their families. So as you know, I've been trying these adventures with my kids since they were very little, and we continue doing that, you know, in the Andes, in the forests, as well as in the Galapagos Islands. So we have adapted all of these programs in these remoter areas for the little ones. And obviously we have also adapted our offer to be a little bit more active with within our, especially the areas where we explore the most and where we have operations, right? Like in the Galapagos Islands, where we have our own staff and our own equipment, including stand-up paddle boards, kayaks, and snorkel gear for all of our guests, as well as in Cotopaxi. As you know, we have also a base camp where we have been launching our trekking and climbing and horseback riding adventures for already several years. Some of the programs that we are very proud of and we launched several years ago, and we continue encouraging people to use them, especially now with this within the context. The Otavalo lodge-to-lodge trekking is an incredible, slow-paced way to understand and live this indigenous world in the north of Ecuador. You know, it's a very social, very cultural focused experience, but you know, outdoors, open space, walking, staying on beautiful little haciendas where, you know, again, protocols are in place. But, you know, the cool thing is that you're able to be very active during the day and then have a nice meal and a great night's sleep during the night on a warm, comfortable bed. So in the north, cultural experience in the south of the Andes in Cotopaxi obviously is about the outdoors, is about the mountains, is about the views and the landscape. So that's our lodge-to-lodge in Cotopaxi that obviously uses our very own Chilcabamba Mountain Lodge that is being an incredible property for us, especially within this pandemic time. We've been open, you know, for several months now. The lodge has been full with Ecuadorians trying to get out. So we learned a great deal on how to operate our protocols with locals. So and every weekend has been full for the last 3 to 4 months. So it's been an incredible journey to be able to share our home in the Andes with so many people. And obviously Chilcabamba is eager to start welcoming your international clients as soon as you guys can, and we can continue resuming our operations. We also believe, talking about trends, that people will be traveling less, obviously, and they will be a lot more selective on the destinations they want to go. And Galapagos, we are certain that will be very high on that list, has always been for any nature enthusiast. And so we are getting ready for that. Diego is going to be sharing a lot of the new stuff that we have in the Galapagos. But I would like to reinforce, you know, like we did with our own offices in the Galapagos, with Terra Restaurant in Quito, with Chilcabamba in Cotopaxi, and now with the Galapagos Magic, which, as you know, is our new project in the Galapagos Islands, in the highlands of Santa Cruz. This is a giant tortoise sanctuary that we are very excited to share with you all. We are launching a new product within the Galapagos Magic, which is the lodge, which is kind of a rustic villa experience, thinking about exclusive experiences for our clients. We are setting up a range of villa experiences all across Ecuador. But you know, we have our very own in the Galapagos Magic, which is amazing. Obviously, social distancing, it's perfect at Galapagos Magic. You know, we have this African safari style tented camp, which every tent is very distant from each other. But as you all know, the beauty of this lodge is the conservation initiative, is creating a space for this giant tortoise to continue roaming freely. The focus is exclusively on them. And that's why we are now relaunching our Galapagos Forest Initiative. We are already working on the ground the idea here is to create a protected area and recuperate the original habitat of the giant tortoises. So we are planning in the next 4 years to plant 48,000 endemic trees in this specific 12 hectares of the property. We're going to build an ecological path for our clients to be able to enjoy, engage, learn, and also have the sights of these beautiful animals that are roaming around. We're also going to build a few drinking pools for the tortoises. You know, that's that's what they love to do. That's their spa. So we are planning to continue growing that space for them, as well as hopefully along the lines of the development of the project, a interpretation center as well as a small nursery for the endemic trees we'll be replanting on the property. So a lot of new things, a lot of things that you might already know about, but we decided to kind of have this recording for you all to be able to explore deeper into what made Tropic unique and different from other DMCs. But we also would like to highlight the fact that we also can book on your behalf and put together programs around incredible properties in Ecuador. And Diego has created this beautiful new catalog that we're very proud to launch now, that is our luxury catalog of properties. So Diego, welcome to this presentation, and please let us know what you have prepared for us here.
Thank you, Jesse. Thanks for that great update on Ecuador's situation. And yeah, I'm really happy to share with you this luxury catalog we have prepared. Now we have selected some of the best hotels and properties that you can find in Ecuador, from boutique hotels to private villas. So let's start with Quito, of course, where most of your passengers will begin their trip in Ecuador and the Galapagos Islands. As you know, a beautiful city with this rich historical center. And here we can find some houses, historical houses and patrimonial houses, like Isla Experience Hotel, where you are able to know the locals, how they live here in Quito in their neighborhood, and also have these amazing rooms and service. Also, we have near Isla, in other neighborhood called San Francisco, Casa Gangotena, one of the main squares and biggest squares of the historical center, with this great view to the church and convent of San Francisco. Now going to the Andes region, specifically near to the Cotopaxi volcano, one of the highest active volcanoes in the world. Let's start with San Agustin de Cayo. This is an hacienda, and the incredible thing is that actually you can see and touch some Inca ruins, Inca stones right into your room, and all of this architecture is mixed with colonial and Spanish architecture as well. So it's an amazing and unique place near Cotopaxi. But also, if you want something more modern, there is this new property called Cotopaxi Sanctuary Lodge, with these domes in the middle of the Paramo, with a great view to the volcano. So a great alternative and great news that we have with this product. Then, now that in the current context, people is going to stay just with the friends and family, we have some villas like Rumilawa Lodge. This is a more modern style villa with really good services, but also near Cotopaxi and a great view of the volcano. Now going to the cloud forest. Also, maybe you have heard about this one, Mashpi Lodge, one of the most famous in this area, unique lodges of the world by National Geographic. So here the adventure and luxury experience is more than assured. Then going to the Otavalo area in the northern Andes, we have Hacienda Zuleta, also a well-known property, but we have included this because it's a unique experience to be able to connect with the local community of Zuleta that are really famous for their embroideries, as you can see on the photo, and they take care of all of the details for an amazing stay. Then we have La Mirage. If you have some passengers that are looking for more relaxation, spa services, massages, this is a really good alternative near Cotacachi, actually, also in the Otavalo area. And now we go down to Cuenca in the south of the Andes. Here, there is a new boutique property called Hotel Cruz del Vado. So this is a really good choice if you are sending some clients in the Andes down to Cuenca. And now let's go to the Pacific coast. In the Pacific coast, you can see this beautiful property in front of the sea, Las Tanusas. And here you have a beach, you have this tropical environment, but also great food with a famous chef, Rodrigo Pacheco, and his restaurant. So the luxury is not only on the infrastructure, on the rooms, but also in the service and the gastronomy. Then we have a new product actually that is gonna start operating on December of this year. Contiki Expedition. This is a small cruise expedition that is gonna run from the north of the Pacific coast of Ecuador down to the south. An amazing alternative if you have some passengers that are really interested into cruising, a different, totally different way to visit the Pacific coast of Ecuador. Then near Guayaquil, we have Hotel del Parque, also a historical place, a historical house in Hotel del Parque that is also surrounded by beautiful natural gardens. Here you can see how the architecture changes from the Andes to the Pacific coast or the lowlands of Guayaquil. And near Hotel del Parque, but this is another type of hacienda in the lowlands called La Danesa. La Danesa is well known for its plantations of cacao, banana, and you can see in the photo they are planning to build these new suites and really comfortable, and they are really well integrated with the environment. So,
Diego, let me interrupt you there. Just to recap on the Pacific coast, you know, we're talking about well-known properties like Suleta, Mashpi, obviously the boutique hotels in Quito. But when we talk about the Pacific coast, there is an incredible level of development of infrastructure, right? From Las Tanusas that is being rebuilt. They are building now several new villas and they are reinventing themselves. With the Contiki, which is going to be an amazing product to discover all of the Pacific coast, not only sailing, but with the excursions inland to learn about the different areas of the coast and the different cultures along the coast that exist. That is also very diverse and interesting. And now La Danesa is surprising us with a new development, with, you know, honoring the Danish beginnings of this family in Ecuador, bringing this super modern architecture, but well blended within the context of a working farm of the lowlands of Ecuador. So I think it's very important for us all to keep an eye on these lowland developments. That is going to be very interesting to complete the well-developed offer that we have in the Andes as well as the Galapagos Islands.
That's right, Jesse. There are great developments on the Pacific coast. And now in the Amazon rainforest, specifically in the Yasuni area, one of the most diverse places on Earth, we have two ecolodges. The most famous ones, Napo Wildlife Center, that is managed by the local Anyango community. And as you can see, beautiful traditional architecture and the best expeditions and experience you can get to see wildlife. So this is a pristine place in front of the lagoon. And if you want something more family friendly, we have La Selva Eco Lodge. Here you can find gourmet food, spa services, yoga, meditation classes. So this is an addition to the amazing expeditions you are gonna do in the jungle. And for passengers that also would like to visit the Amazon in a more relaxed way, we have the Anaconda River Cruise that runs in the Napo River. So you will also have all the expeditions in the jungle, but with more comfort in the ship. Now going to the Galapagos Islands. Here we have an amazing range of private villas, hotels, and cruises. And let's start with our villas. Villa Iguana, a great alternative, right in front of the sea. So this is ideal for a group of family or friends. And now let's see Villa Escalesia, another great alternative. Now in the current context, people is gonna choose to stay just close to their relatives, so they have the opportunity to rent these houses. Then we also have Montemar. This is located in the highlands of Santa Cruz Islands, but here you have the chance to see the giant tortoises of Galapagos with really modern infrastructures. And just imagine to wake up and do some yoga and meditation near the giant Galapagos tortoises. Aside from the villas, we also have the traditional lodges like Picaya, a high-end lodge located in the Santa Cruz Highlands, offering the best possible service. Finch Bay, there is another option with a private beach, so a different alternative, and you can mix also these properties. Galapagos Safari Camp. Now we have seen that many safari tented camps are popping up in the islands, like Magic Galapagos, Galapagos Safari Camp, and Escalesia Lodge as well. So these are really good alternatives depending on the profile of your clients. And now, just to end the Galapagos Islands, of course, we cannot let the cruises out of this selection. And we have a really good selection of the state-of-the-art yachts that you can find in the islands, like the elite luxury catamaran. We also have the endemic, and so many others like the Passion, Grand Majestic. All of these yachts, as you know, are small yachts from 12, 16 passengers. All of them can be chartered as well. So that is a great alternative. And just to end with this luxury catalog, of course, we can add any service that you can imagine or your clients would like to have while they visit Ecuador, like VIP transfers from the airport, heli rides from property to property, or just to see the beautiful avenue of the volcanoes, and some other services like a private photographer if you want a bodyguard, or if you want just to spend one day playing golf in a club near Quito. That is also possible. We can do everything to make great stay for your clients. So thank you, Jesse.
Yeah, that's awesome, Diego. I think it's a fantastic way to highlight what is best and new in Ecuador. Obviously, that's not all of Ecuador. I think we explained in the beginning what Tropic is all about in terms of working with local communities and highlighting authentic, unique experiences. Obviously, ecotourism experiences in remote areas, that's really the highlight of Ecuador, the mega diversity, the short amount of space between these ecosystems that allow us to create this incredibly diverse itinerary in a relatively short amount of time. And completing that with this new catalog that I think is really cool, Diego, what you put together there to show, these beautiful, amazing properties that allow for clients to explore Ecuador in a more exclusive way. Remember that we're thinking two things right now, that for the near future, there will be intrepid travelers looking for more active experiences, like being in the outdoors and exploring nature instead of urban areas. And in the other hand, we also believe there's going to be a range of very high-end clients with the capacity to create a safer, more exclusive bubble to travel. And we want to be able to highlight that Ecuador has a lot to offer in that sense as well. Have this beautiful new villa catalog that Diego put together with houses in Ecuador mainland as well as in the Galapagos, but also, you know, very exclusive properties with very small amount of rooms that also allow for a safe way to have an experience in Ecuador mainland combined with the Galapagos. And definitely the cruises, you know, as you guys know, there is a variety of options in the Galapagos, and obviously we are focused on the best of the best, possibly thinking about clients who would like to charter the boats and have a more exclusive experiences of sailing the Galapagos, and maybe then extending their stay in one of the islands to relax and unwind. So thank you very much, Diego. That was a fantastic presentation. It's always a pleasure to be in touch with everybody, and I really hope you can make the most of this update from Ecuador. And I'm really sorry we didn't meet this time in person, but hopefully 2021 will be a lot different than 2020. But we're still here. We're still eager to do business. We're still very excited about the industry that we are part of, and grateful as always for your support and interest at Tropic as well as in Ecuador and the Galapagos Islands. Un abrazo, Diego. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.